a very warm welcome, Master Li Baohua. You are joining us from Tokyo, originally from China. You're now living in Tokyo, and thank you so much for joining us to discuss your teaching, your practice, your very comprehensive knowledge of Gui Bagua. Thank you very much for joining us today, Li Laoshe.
Oh, thank you, Alice, for giving this opportunity to talk about what I know and what I want to share to the world. Thank you very much. It is really an honor to me and also great pleasure for me to have this chance.
Thank you so much. It's really a big pleasure. And we've talked quite a few times before. Please, can you start by telling all the viewers a little bit about your background, how you came to study Gui Bagua and the things that you did actually before you met your Gui Bagua teacher?
Yeah, this is just a big story. I don't know how to answer that. Like before, people asked me about that, I give some answer. But now when my age come to going to be 60, thinking back the life experience, the life meaning, and the meaning of the practice. So like this answer, yeah, it's very difficult to say, but I think just my destiny. I had no reason, probably many reasons. I think because I just I feel I love this. I feel I was born for this, so I just love it. I'm not talented. I'm not good at doing that, but just too hard to love it, to enjoy it. Even now, almost 40 years doing the internal martial art like Bagua and this, I still feel so fantastic. If give me another life, I would still like that to keep going. And I studied the Bagua in 1982 when I was 18 years old. So my first Bagua teacher, he used to be a university professor teaching physical education and sports, and he learned some special Bagua from his teacher. So because he put it on flyer in a university wall, the notice wall. So I saw that, then joined the seminar, then studied this life, studied this almost 40 years. It's a really fantastic experience. And when I devoted in this, I started to really love it, really want to go deeper, really want to know more, really want to improve my ability, and really feel enjoyable, feel happy with that. Also really have this knowledge, really want to share with people. Just I feel happy, I meet people, I share with them, I'm happy, I know people heard from me, they were happy. So after about 10 years, very intensive training, and Chinese martial art basically means needs 9 or 10 years training. It means you learn that you need 9 or 10 years. Then only after 9 or 10 years you could really get it. You could not get it in just a couple of years like modern sport, you could not get it because really deep. So this kind of Bagua called Mawiqi Bagua. So I practiced very diligently about 10 years, even more 10 years. So after that, I feel I fulfilled that. So whatever my teacher asked me, you should devote it like 1 day, 2 hours, 3 hours, even 4 hours. You should do what. I exactly did as what he asked me. So it's about 10 years later. So I found something. Yeah, I really get very good thing, but it seems something in my mind, in my thinking, in my understanding. I still want something more. So the chance comes. So I moved to Beijing. I used to practice in Henan province. When I moved to Beijing, then I met my second Bagua teacher. And I just by some very special chance, I met him, I followed him about 3 years. That Bagua is Cheng style Bagua. And my second teacher, also very great people. So following him with 3 years, and he have a lot of students, so I joined to be with them, practice together, sparring, puji hand, the pair practice. It's going to about 3 years. And 3 years later, my second Bagua teacher, Zhang Lao's son, introduced me to meet another master. So this master and is Yu Lao's, my first Gui Bagua teacher. So I met him. He was surprised me, not some martial art school, not some cool application. He surprised me in one strong impression, the health. At that time, he's going to be 70. Just few months later, 1 month later, will be 70. But he really looks like 50. It's so healthy, strongly impressed me. So I started to follow him. So during the first few years, I was still doing the Mawiqi Bagua. So the first few years, not so much devoted on Gui Bagua, until my age came to 30. So I started to totally devoted in this. So from this time, I found some difference. And these things really make me feel satisfied. What I want, what I dreamed for, Bagua, for martial art. From this kind of practice, I really feel satisfied, and make my life become much better, make my health become much better. So also I had some experience teaching before 30 years old. So like I traveled in China during that time, China just opened. So I don't know how to the safety for people traveling is not safe. So because I was a martial artist, so I travel, meet many people, saw many violence. Also something happened to me. So I did a very great work on teaching and contacting people. So that life experience greatly changed me. So around 30, I decided never teach martial art, never do that. I feel no meaning. I only want to do that, like study to do Gui Bagua. I want to do that, make myself healthy and powerful. But some life experience change, and by just once event, I just take a book, look a book, because that time I feel depressed because something happened in my life. Just take a book, look at it. The book changed my life again for martial art. The book is Tenden Changing Classics. So I read the book, I feel so shocked. Wow, this is what I understood. Even I know it's very deep, but the thing seems is what I want. And the same thing described in the book is deeply I concern. So from that time, it around 1998. So I was 35 years old. So I started to prepare. I should do this because this thing is so valuable. And because of my understanding, because of my experience of training, I truly know this. Wow, this thing could change the world. This thing could change every person. They get it. So I started like writing book, but not in English, in Chinese, studying write book and prepare for my future teaching. So that is my life, about 20 years teaching, just that.
Li Laoshi, when you read the book on the tendon changing classic, this classic, did you already learn this from your first Gui Bagua teacher? Had he taught you the I Ching Jing theory and practice, or you had to discover it in the book yourself?
And it's a big topic. It's based on the traditional teaching, like from Gui Bagua, the system teaching. So I would like to take a little bit more time to talk about like Gui Bagua, the history and the thing, what inside that. It is fantastic. I would like to share with you and all others.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the Chinese history for many people know that lately about 100, not 100, about 200 or 100 years, China is very weak, very poor, suffer a lot. from old dynasty, the Qing dynasty collapsed. The new government set up. The new government set up China Civil War. After the Civil War, it's Second World War, fighting with Japanese army. After that, then Communist Party fought with another fighting. After that fighting, just the new country set up, then something happened like cultural revolution and that. So for the culture, for the tradition, for all the good thing, during this terrible time, almost all crashed down. So when now modern world think about Chinese culture, if people think about martial art, they think have really wrong understanding of martial art. Chinese martial art really, really good, not like modern day. Just like dancing, just like just see armchair fighting, cannot fight. No, totally not that. Chinese martial art really deep, very deep foundation, very amazing history. And the Bagua is what I'm doing now. The Bagua is a very extraordinary skill, very extraordinary martial art. It is started to be known. Bagua dance started to be known less than 200 years. The first person brought this come out, let the world know. His name is Dong Haichuan. So I would like to spend more time to talk about him. So also I want to share some information about his life. He's a really special person, have a really special life. So just a moment, I share that. That is the first person, the great master. He took Bagua out to the world. From him, the later generation now, in the whole world, we could know that, we could practice that, could benefit from that. And from this photo, everyone can see his face looks different from normal people. That is true. He is a eunuch. That is a horrible life. That is a horrible life. So great master, why he became a eunuch? So in the world now have many ideas, many talking about that. Truly, what's that reason? So today I would like to share about that. I think anyone have the history knowledge, have about Chinese history, have a knowledge, have a very special time called the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. And it happened during the end of the Qing dynasty, and the rebellion people started up in just a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. And those rebellion people conquered most of China. So take most of China, the Qing dynasty going far, far, far. So this is Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, just a painting. Like this is the emperor, he set the kingdom, and all these his generals and that. So this kingdom very powerful. So in just a couple of years, from just 10 people, a rebellion, they set up armies and go fight with the dynasty. Then the two dynasties just into the balance. Both sides, you cannot destroy me, I cannot destroy inside. So they have a plot, mean a plan, to both want to destroy each other. So from this, the emperor had a deep thinking. If they could find a killer to go to the dynasty, could kill the emperor. When the emperor died, so the dynasty could be crushed. So that is the plan. That is the reason why Dong Haichuan became a eunuch. His life is loyal to this dynasty, the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, and he's a very special person. Great martial artist, has special ability. He sacrificed himself to be a eunuch. And in order that he could live in a palace. If he live in the palace, he could kill the emperor. So that is the reason he became eunuch. In his middle age, it's probably around 40 to 45, around that. Could not clearly no clearly. So he went to become eunuchs and live in the palace waiting for the China 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So the two dynasties fighting. But his purpose, his obligation is to kill the emperor. About 3 years later, 4 years, the emperor died by himself. He died by himself. Also, the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom inside corrupt. They killing each other. So just less than 4 years, the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom totally crushed by the Qing dynasty. So Dong Haichuan want to kill the emperor died. Dong Haichuan want to be loyal to the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, the kingdom crushed. So that is Dong Haichuan's life. That's the Dong Haichuan so horrible life. So that is the reason why in the late age, after the middle age, he lived so low emotion, means so depressed. Nobody understand him. Also, nobody, he cannot share his life to anybody. So that's the reason about the Bagua history, about like Dong Haichuan teacher, who is Dong Haichuan teacher, nobody knows that. So the emperor, I show it, who is the emperor. Nobody knows Dong Haichuan's life, because how can he tell that he is the killer and became a eunuch in order to kill the emperor? If the dynasty found out that about his family, about his teacher, about his any relatives, even any friend know him, could totally, with their family, would be totally killed, totally smashed away. So this is the emperor he want to kill. But 4 years later, he died by himself. This is the emperor. So also in the corner, look at the woman. And this woman is the emperor's wife. So he take very special ruler in China. I will talk about later. So just this photo knows that is Dong Haichuan's life. He became unique just for that. So now we should think about him. Wow, whole suffering. Eunuchs in China means abuse. Abuse, family and friends all reject. Just like China knows the tradition is ancestor worship. We belong to this lineage. So after that, buried together and the family together. And eunuchs means they totally kicked out. They could not be with family. When they are alive, they are alone by themselves. When they die, even the family would not allow them to bury it together. Just this a big curse, abuse. That is our master. So in his late age, he had so great skill and so great martial art. Yeah, so great martial art. I turn my video off.
Just one question before you carry on. Is it possible that become the eunuch, you lose your power or not?
Yeah, this is a big question. Definitely Dong Haichuan, he was so powerful later. It's before he became eunuchs. He already got this power. Already, the people guess, or after that, then he trained. I don't know. I don't think it's possible, because the human lose the basic function. Just not only just this kind of the part of the body destroyed, it destroyed the emotion, destroyed the spirit, just destroyed your desire, destroyed your hope in life. It's not just this function.
So it's a very big sacrifice he made, really.
Yeah. So that's the first generation of Bagua, this kid's life. And what he have, it is so ordinary. So in his tombstone, some of the children write down about that. So in his late age, what he can do, because dynasty crashed, his obligation he cannot fulfill. Also, he could not have no more life, because eunuchs, no more eunuchs, they could serve maybe to do that. For him, no meaning to serve, no meaning to whatever, no meaning. So he survived. After that, the dynasty crashed down. I think he survived. Only reason, you please try to get what's the reason. Only one reason he survived.
To pass on the Bagua chain.
Because the Bagua he have, this thing he have. For him, no meaning, but this thing, if he die, this thing die with him. So the rest of his life, he stand up to teach. So people say, oh, one day don't have China the unique servant in the palace, one day just a big banquet, he take something there to do. Suddenly he fly over there, and the prince and many loyal people say, oh, what's that? We don't know that. Really, it's not by accident. Dong Haichuan decided, yeah, it should let world know him in order that he can teach. So that is the first.
Very interesting.
Yeah. From that time, people recognize him, so he started to teach. So once he started to teach, his ability, means his master level, uncombat, no combat, super good. So, like from many loyal people, the prince and that, also many general started to learn from him. And also he is a very humble person. Some low class people started follow him. So many students come. So that's the why I'm come practice Bagua, just because his decision. So from my heart, or mostly, I respect Dong Haichuan. These great people. Then from him, then come to many style, Cheng style, Yin style, that style, many. Yeah, just because his children, each children, the body seem different, the personality different, so teach just each person is different. So later the children, their practice also a little different, but same system, same that, but different. So they called this style. No meaning. Just a clarification. Just my name is Li, you Alex. No, we are human beings. In order to find the difference. So do not do too much to find, okay, what's the difference? It is from the master, Dong Haichuan teaching. Just that.
I see.
Just that.
It has the same root, basically.
Yeah. So from this, my talking about Dong Haichuan, you know that the master at that time had so terrible life because of dynasty, because of life, because of conflict inside the country, because of dynasty fighting, because just like we say, the old people, the China as an old country, old people, at the 90 or 100 years old, so problem too much. So great tradition, just treated as trash to go so low. So then second generation, it is what I talk about Ma Gui. So I would like to share some photos. Okay, this is a woman. I think worldwide no woman. Her name is Cixi. He conquered China about 50 years, 48 years, so about 50 years. So the photo, previous photo said this is the emperor he want to kill. So a lady beside a beautiful lady is her. So her husband died, so she was in power. She took the power. So first, she let her son to be an emperor. Then her son just very short age. He died 19 years old. Only in power, not in power, she in power, so her son boy. So died 4 years later as an emperor. Then she chose another person, her nephew, just from her husband, some lineage, a person. So okay, this person is here. Oh wait, this person. Also the photo. Oh, just this emperor. So she was in power. She controlled everything. This emperor. And during that time, China in her control. So the most powerful person in power, like military power, country's power, in that woman. Also, she has a relatives. This man, the king. Okay, called Duan Wang. Duan. I would like to talk a story about him. Yeah, this is really, it's this guy. He's a martial artist, really martial art. So like Tai Chi now worldwide popular, known by people, really because of this person, because of this king. He loved martial art, then he asked what is the best. So one of his general told him one martial art softball, very cool. So Yang Lutan came out. Okay, come. So fight. He loved martial art. He has army. He have all the warriors and the fighter. So just fight. So that is the beginning of Tai Chi. And he was the most powerful person, just under the woman. He have the power more than even stronger than the emperor, because the emperor was controlled by the woman, and he was the closest one to that woman. So the late dynasty is very corrupt, very terrible. The emperor no power, and he was in power. So this is another very big event happened. So I think all the world knows this event. It's 1900. It's called Martial Art Rebellion. And this event, before that event happened, it's just because of him. Okay, he was in power, and the woman in power, and the emperor seems not satisfied them. So they discuss, okay, change it, change a new emperor. Okay, they chose a new emperor. The new emperor just here, this guy, the king's son. So 1900, the rebellion happened. It's because they want to hold a ceremony to replace the old one, let him to become emperor. So that's the main reason for the Boxer rebellion, martial rebellion for that. Okay, come to Bagua. He loved Tai Chi, so he practiced Tai Chi. And one day he met Dong Haichuan's student Yin Fu. He asked him, who was the best Bagua? Yin Fu dared to say, oh, I'm the best. So he said, okay, Ma Gui is the best. So, okay, he called Ma Gui to go to his palace. So something happened. After that, the king said, oh, I'm too old. If I'm young, I will learn Bagua from you. So now, I let my son learn from you. So this one, Ma Gui's student, this one, he probably would be the future emperor. So Ma Gui truly recognized as the highest level of martial art at that time, because the future emperor, anointed emperor, is his student. So Ma Gui started to teach him. So then it's the 1900, the event happened. You know the result. Okay.
Li Laoshi, just one question at this point is,
Please.
The disciples of Dong Haichuan were all very loyal to the palace, or to the emperor, or to the idea of the dynasty. But the next generation, some of them were involved in the martial art rebellion, right? Which was trying to change things. So was there some conflict between, for example, Li Zunyi or Zhang Xiaodong? They were not from the palace time, right? They were maybe, or other masters, they were in support of the National Party. So was there any conflict between these second generation teachers, or out of respect to Dong Haichuan, did they try to keep a peace?
And this is a big topic, very difficult to give a very clear answer. In general, all the people, the Chinese, it's conflict with the dynasty, with the Qing dynasty, because we are native Chinese, and the Qing dynasty outside China, they conquered content. So story like Chinese martial movies, people love it. It's all in about that. Ming Dynasty, the warriors survived. They organized some rebellion fights, the movies, novels, all that is writing about it. It's true because that's the real situation. Like you said, the Zhang Daodong and this all not happy with that. That's true. But in general,
even Dong Haichan was against the Qing dynasty, really, secretly, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't express that, right?
Yes. And it is a very big topic how to explain the clear. And on my side, I clearly understand their choice, but it's very difficult to in so short time to talk. We can maybe set up another talking about this. Why
Sure.
this lawyer? Yes. Why not? How they choice? what is their morality? How they think about that? Not just it's good for me. They have their own beliefs. They have a morality. They believe on this system. China has very good choice. Very good to talking about that. Very interesting. I would like to do that. But just that, like Ma Gui, from a very just background. It's very difficult to say. Just a very rich family, very rich. And how rich he is. He could give his teacher because he learned from Dong Haichan, from Yinfu teaching. He could give him, like Yinfu live in Beijing, his house, Yinfu's house, almost like a king's house. It's just one person Ma Gui give him. It's 46 rooms. His yard have 46 rooms. This Ma Gui give to him. You know how rich.
He gave to Yinfu.
Yeah,
he gave this for teaching.
Yeah. Just he had money. Also, he respect. According to Chinese tradition, the teacher should respect teacher, and teacher in poor he had money he give him. So I talk about story. Ma Gui was chosen by the king to teach his son, and the son would be the future emperor. So the position of Ma Gui has already extraordinary, very already extraordinary. Because if normal people do not understand martial art, for sure the king can love martial art, practice martial art all his life, can know what is good, can know can fight or not can fight. So lots of story about how Ma Gui fighting with people. Oh, that's so amazing story. And not just tell people describe that. That's true. It's written down. It's recorded by people writing. Okay, then when the dynasty crashed down, so Ma Gui's choice, like the emperor teacher future, anointing the emperor teacher also in a position, like take care by the king. Also, his family very rich. His rich surely should be have connecting with the dynasty. He cannot just rebelling or just normal person became so rich, impossible. So he have some connection. I know some, but not sure. But so my knowledge, I know some reason. But so that's why Ma Gui is loyal to this dynasty. Many others that they still fight. That's the situation. So the dynasty crashed down. Ma Gui's family and the business, something gradually crashed down. He became very poor and also started to have very hard life. Like Ma Gui have, I heard that 7 or 8 sons. Each one passed before him. So it's have very suffering life.
Very sad.
Yes. Yeah, he refused to teach his skill. And he followed an instruction should find people to teach, but hard life. Also because the challenge, the conflict inside. Also because this situation, we can understand people's heart. We do not think, okay, now we are very peaceful, in peaceful time, we want to love that, we value that. When people in that turmoil, that suffering, the true value for human being is only survive. No culture, no something at all. People survive. So Ma Gui had a very horrible life in his old time. So later, even in very terrible time, because Ma Gui the skill is so extraordinary, people still recognize him, want to learn from him. Right? I give you some other information on that. And during that time, I just take the one photo. Maybe this one. In 1920s, in China, this guy is one of the main power. He loved martial art. And during the Second World War, so many newspapers, even just like this one, about him. He's the governor of the several province, Beijing in his hand, in his control.
What is his name, Li Laoshi?
Okay, I found it. Yeah, so that during the war, Japanese newspaper write about him. His name is Tang Yulin. Tang Yulin. So when Ma Gui was very poor, so like normal martial art people could teach, have children, so children can donate money or give money, can change their life. And this person is several province governor, the most powerful person for him. You think you teach him, surely the life could have totally changed. So he started to learn from Ma Gui. And the why he learned from Ma Gui, I will talk about later. Later, he started learn from Ma Gui. Also, he have two sons. He let two sons learn from Ma Gui. But Ma Gui refused to teach them. That's just that. So you know Ma Gui's personality. So this you know that, just if he love just for money, the martial art is just for reputation of that, this is a chance. Even the emperor dynasty, old dynasty over. The new dynasty, still one of the most powerful person, one of the richest person could let him to new life. I mean, he refused that. So you should think about why. That's that because the value he have, like the person, the money he give, cannot compare with that. Cannot compare with that.
Did he teach? He taught the governor, or he refused to teach the governor as well?
Teach the governor.
He did.
Yeah, he did. So this is writing down here. This is a book by one of the in-style teacher. He write up. This is the words published. So he write down how the president of the province learned from him. This is the word. And Ma Gui just teach him the Bagua broadsword. I do not teach him some power. Just some writing like this. And this is the author. This. And the Ma Gui is when he was young, because the family crashed, so poor, the family destroyed. We could not find the photo. And from our lineage, Liu Wanchuan had one. But during the Cultural Revolution, or moving the family, put the photo of him in a book. Then this thing disappeared. So could not find. So this is one of the portrait of Ma Gui. Even this portrait can say this is an extraordinary person. The look at the eye is just different. So in 1930s, people had the memory for Dong Haituan erect the new tombstone. So all those people is putting Ma Gui on the top to organize this. So like now people have the generation, like this first generation called the Hai, second generation called So, some Qiang Yin, something like that. It's from this set up from this. Ma Gui erect this. All the famous master come together. Ma Gui is I don't know how to say that, the leader or governor. to set that. So on this, I have very deep knowledge on this. So later we can talk about just this event. What did you write down? The words generating call. Why is it generating? I can talk about this. Okay, this still this guy. Look at this guy. We called his name is Tang. We called it Tiger Tang.
Incredible photo.
Well, it's he loved martial art. It's powerful. This guy powerful. So during the war, Second World War, really corruption make the reputation go down. If not this corruption, he is an extraordinary general. Just the corruption during the Second World War, so his reputation crashed down. So and that skill Ma Gui in his old age very poor. So it means that kind of skill disappear. Direct teaching from Dong Haitong would disappear. So just I want to say that the true thing, the true Dao, the true understanding, true valuable things has its own destiny. It not only depends on one person's destiny. This thing is much bigger than that person, just like Dong Haichuan. He became unique, he became a killer. Even he can kill the killer, he cannot ensure his safety. No matter how great, you know that emperor, the army, the warriors, he sacrificed for that, but he didn't die. Then in his old age, then he survived, he teach. Not only his, I think it's destiny of that valuable things. This thing applied to Ma Gui, like in his old age, he just hopeless, no meaning, cannot see the future. So like the Tai Chi, now Tai Chi is so popular, but the really great fighter, really great skilled people, you cannot find it out. Yeah, many people have some, but truly extraordinary, the whole system they have it is very difficult. The reason, same like Ma Gui, one master he died. His name who died then means so horrible. The Yang family, from first generation Yang Lutan, then his two sons, then one of his sons have two sons. Very famous, Yang Tengpu. Yang Tengpu teach, so Bagua, Tai Chi became famous. Yang Tengpu's skill really not good. I have to that. His brother is a true lineage holder from his family. His brother about 20 years older than he is. So Yang Tengpu in very young age learned, then his parents died, his father died. So his skill really not good, even not good, it's extraordinary. So the Tai Chi and the Bagua really just Yang Tengpu that. His brother is truly that thing. So that's Tai Chi's destiny. Why no good Tai Chi? Because his brother. You know what happened to his brother? Do you know that, Alex?
Yang Chengfu.
No, not Yang Tengpu. His brother, Yang Shaohou.
I don't know. No.
And his life exactly like Ma Gui. He refused to teach in his old time. The reason just because the complication, something know-how. He chose to do one thing. It's surprising. People should cry on that. He killed himself. The true fighter from the Tai Chi is this one. He killed himself.
And he had no disciples before this.
He teach some. I learned before the Tai Chi from his lineage. Even the teaching very limited, I could see how amazing, amazing. He killed himself. He killed himself. We just think why? So great master, so amazing, why?
Yes. Do you know why? Is there a story to this?
Hopeless. In general, just found the reason. We could find it 100 reasons. But in general, as a human being, no matter what reason, the life is much more important than anything. But he chose to kill himself. It means all the other things meaningless. No hope at all. no hope for his life, no hope for the future, no hope for the family, no hope for his nation, no hope for his country, no hope for his skill to go down. It's in general, it's that, not something, I know that. If at the time, I think a young family, like during time I appeared a great master or great person, the personality bigger than that person, that could be that, but up under him, no one like him. So this no.
So from Yang Chengfu's time, the Tai Chi Chuan has disappeared, the real skill.
Yes, not from from his brother. His brother much better than his. Much better than him. His brother killed himself, means he killed Tai Chi. Yeah,
did you meet anybody in China that had the incredible skill with Tai Chi Chuan?
I do met, but that person died too early. I met him 2 times. It died too early. The true fighter, true the Tai Chi skill. This lineage from Yang, this was the Yang Shaohou, Yang Teng brother lineage teach to him. And things like that. So it's the destiny. It's destiny, not the personal, the one person. It is that things happen.
Yeah.
So now, just like I want to teach this, I found the world is open. The world is, it's time for this thing to go. Just for before, no matter even Dong Haichuan is so powerful, so great person, what thing he can do? The time is there, the situation is there. No matter how powerful, great, it's the destiny is there. The same come to Ma Gui. Ma Gui extraordinary. Just right away chosen by the king, right away become the anointed emperor, the teacher. You think this is his skill, not just so that it's extraordinary. You could imagine that. But he's so poor life in that. If a person not appear, Ma Gui Bagua died, I would not be able to just like now here to talk. Not able. Just one person. I show you who is that person. He saved the Bagua. Okay. This person, his name is Li Shaoan. Okay. Under here, write his name, Li Shaoan. Okay, 84 years old. This is the time, 1972, September 1st, took this photo. And the photo was taken in Beijing. And he was a great, great, great person. Not just the martial arts skill. The person is great. It's ultimately from my heart, I respect him. I respect him more than I respect Ma Gui. And I respect Dong Haichuan, this person. So I take a little bit time to talk about him. And during the Boxer Rebellion, he was about 12 years old, so already moved to Beijing. And before that, he learned martial art just from a young age. Learned martial art. He learned from the famous, the Wang Wu, Da Dao Wang Wu, big sword. Wang Wu, you heard about him? A very famous person in China, in Chinese history. And in young age, he moved to Beijing from his hometown. Then first learned from Yin Fu organized teaching, but just boy. So do the ceremony, want to become his disciples. Yin Fu forgot to write his name. So he was angry, he left. Just boy. Wow. I think it's the Yin Fu didn't intention that you get the young boy, maybe wait, this time the ceremony know you, maybe later, get left. Then he found another Bagua master. He learned from Chen Tinghua. The 1900 Chen Tinghua was killed. So later he learned from other, just the Baguas, all the Bagua master go through that. And some teacher don't have trans children. Even now, people do not know. He learned from just a young boy and 15, 16, 17, just learned from many people. Then Liang style, Liang Zhenpu, and he learned from Liang Zhenpu. And he was the best student of Liang Zhenpu. So he practiced very hard. Also, he is a very rich person. He rich not through the corruption, not through that. He just do business. He run a restaurant. He run a restaurant in Beijing. So became, just during that time, the Bagua people, he is the most rich person. Yeah, compared to all, he's the most rich person. So when I talk about the Ma Gui, the general want to learn from him, but he refused, didn't teach him. Why the general learn from Ma Gui? This is the story because of him. The general utmostly respects this person, our master. You think so top general, so powerful person, respect him. To the kid soldier, to the kid's friend, said, okay, Li Shaoan, his nickname is Am Li. He said, Am Li is my friend. Anyone, you should respect him. He just ordered his soldiers and the armies. So it's a very extraordinary person. He's not so power, just his personality. Just his personality. So in Ma Gui's old time, hopeless, totally desperate, Li Shaoan show up. Li Shaoan saved his life, then support his life, let the rest of his life could have stable life. And in order to let old age Ma Gui to feel happy, to feel have the good future, he introduced his friend, the general, to the general. Okay, Ma Gui is the best Bagua. You know, you want to martial arts, you should learn from him. So that's the reason why that general learned from Ma Gui. But Ma Gui did not teach that.
Only the broadsword.
Yeah, only the, you love martial arts, okay, I teach you broadsword, very fantastic, you play, the general late hungry. Why you don't teach me? Whatever you want, I give you. So he invite him live in his big house and give all the good bad good thing and every day the good cooker to do, and his two sons follow. But Ma Gui just feels unhappy with that. Do not teach them well. So later their relation broke. And because this great person show up, so Ma Gui changed his idea, changed his feeling, changed his mind. So pass down this skill to him. That's how Ma Gui Bagua. Like now I can do it through him. So he has a relatives. I'll show you the relative who that same day take the photo. He have the relative is this one, Liu Wanchuan. So two of them learned from Ma Gui in Ma Gui's old age until Ma Gui passed away. Just because, really not because this master, it's because he was a very good relationship with Li Shaoan. So when Li Shaoan learned that, they together learn from Ma Gui. So from here, you also know Li Shaoan's personality. How do you feel his personality just from this event?
This photo. Very big, nice person, I think.
Yeah, big heart. Yeah. Not, okay, this bad thing I learn by myself. I do not allow others to do. He takes the best people, his relatives from the same hometown, and also Liu Wanchuan very loyal to Li Shaoan. So learn with me together. So two of them got the good skill. I would like also talk like this is, and because people now do not understand the Bagua. If you look this photo, that is truly valuable photo. If you understand the internal martial, you can see all the power inside the ground. Everything rests down. All the power inside the ground. The modern the photo, you put it together, you know what the difference. All the qi and body, bone, tendon go down, connected with the ground. It's a very beautiful photo. Okay, come to this master again. How amazing he is. I would like to talk some story, a little bit, one story. And he run restaurant and often help like Bagua people. Many poor Bagua people. You probably know the story about those people. So he often support the people around him. Just like in the morning, people went to the park, the temple, having to practice. So they are a very good friend. After practice, during that time, people so poor. He run the restaurant, he take all his friends or to go to the restaurant to eat. After eating, not just friend to eat. After eating, he still care about those people's family. After eating, each one all get filled. Okay, take some things, pack together to let them take to their wife or children.
Very good person.
Yeah, just think the heart, not just okay, come guy, fine. To think about their family. Another story about him. It is really very emotional. And two very famous masters in the late history. The one is Sun Lutang. Everyone recognizes him, a top great master, a very great personality also. His friend called Li Wenbiao. The Cheng style, Chen Qinghua's top student. The Cheng style, the best fighter is this guy. And he is Li Shaoan's friend. Li Shaoan's friend. And he went to the war, joined to the army, then become very high level, take care of the police bureau in a very high level. Because he was in the army, China, the fighting army, destroyed army. So this guy in the army rebellion, I mean inside the army rebellion, he was killed. People used gun killed him. It's just this event. That happened, it's right beside Beijing, not that far. The Tongxian, Tongzhou, just now in Beijing. So he has family, he has friends, he has students, he has relatives. Also, because he was in power, he has so many people, he helped so many people, so many connecting with people. He was killed there. His body, no one dared to go to take the body. Just that, no one. Reason, because rebellion, people go there may be killed. Yeah, even you want, even that maybe happen.
Very dangerous to go there.
Yeah, yeah. Our master Li Shaoan went there, took his body, buried him.
Wow.
Just this thing. Just the same. Yeah, he went there, he could be killed.
Wow.
But he could not endure. His friend just body knows that. He used his life to go. He did that. Just this. So this thing, this person's personality come out. You see, oh, I do great thing. I don't need the money.
He is very loyal. Very, very loyal and righteous person. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we can understand why Ma Gui, this valuable thing give to him, part to him, because his personality. Everyone, you met him, you was with him, no matter how small heart, what is that? He's so big, he can open your heart, he can change you. So it's a great, great person. So this is the third generation of Bagua. True third generation of Bagua is this person.
Is he the teacher of your teachers?
Yes.
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 Before we carry on, can you go back to Ma Gui and give one story to explain his special ability? Because you mentioned he has extraordinary skill. What story do you think illustrates this high-level skill he had?
In Ma Gui or Li Shaoan?
Ma Gui first, yeah.
And I heard from my teachers, and so the teacher heard from the two masters like Li Shaoan and Liu Wanchuan from. Yeah, I heard a lot of story about Ma Gui. Just one things. Extraordinary healthy. Extraordinary healthy. That's why I want to spread Bagua now. Martial art, no matter how good, it seems no much meaning now. It only as a sport. One of the most extraordinary thing is health. So like story about Ma Gui, around 80 years old, like Liu Wanchuan and Li Shaoan often said, he do practice like young people. The foot do not touch the ground. You look the far away, it seems kids just on the ground like flying, not touching the ground. They say super healthy people around 80. You think maybe 17, 18 years playing seems or jumping is so cool. That's okay. It is around that time. Around that time. If people think they have a light in body, qigong, they have that. We do not know. You just try to imagine 80 years old could be this way. If he was young, what's that?
Mm.
Another about his about Ma Gui's power. And definitely I want to say the power from this lineage come down. Like the whole body power, extraordinarily strong. Totally out of you imagine how strong it is. Especially modern people to think about that, totally out of your understanding. Really, so this teaching can let your whole body united become one. Every part of your body, the power could united become one too. Issue it out. Like one arm, you can issue maybe 50 kilos. Then your body can issue much more than 50. Then your leg could issue much more than your body. Then your foot could eat much more than your leg. Then power from foot, from leg, from body, from arm, even from the head, then from internal your qi and your internal blood, all these unite together. The power is tremendously strong. How strong is just one word in general. This kind of skill or this kind of power you get it. Human body could not endure this power. No matter how strong person, if you human body, this power can totally destroy that. So that is true traditional martial art. We have that system to train that power. That power is not so just train the muscle hitting the sandbag or do some pushing. No. We have very deep understanding how to unite the body, how to let the body generate that power. The power is strong enough to destroy any human body. You strong person, not strong person, doesn't matter. If human body is that, could not endure that power. So this is the power. Truly, this generation, like Dong Haichuan, Ma Gui, and those, the generally have it, the masters have it, truly have it. And now the people cannot fight very well. In general, is this kind of training, this kind of power disappear. Only left the skill, learn left how to do that, how to do that, how to do that. No, the true power come out just boom, can destroy people. And yes, it's just sad. And also, I would like to, just one story about Ma Gui. It is written down by I can show you here the book. Okay, this is a book published. Oh, this is not this one. Not this one, another book. Okay, just this story from the book. I'm not just talking, boasting. It's one governor from other province, not in Beijing, the Jiangsu province, far away from Beijing. He visited Beijing, and also he's the top commander of the army, a very powerful person. He visited Beijing and saw a person. The person the face looks like boy's face, but hair looks white. I mean, old people. The body looks like 20 years old people. So the general just feels very strange to ask other people, who is that person? Then that person told him, oh, that's the Ma Gui, Bagua Master Ma Gui. Wow, he's super shocked. Wow, this so valuable person. I should take it away, means to take it to my province. Let's just write about this. So how about his skill? Really not important. Surely great skill. If not great in the young age, like they would not choose to be the emperor's teacher. If only skill in good, still not that much. Like when young age can fight, can electronic skill. Not that. The best thing just that he was 80 years old.
Yes.
Like 20 years old. Even he cannot skill, just looks at the face like boy's face, but white hair. The body like 20 years young people. That is the true.
Extraordinary, yes.
Yeah, that's the true meaning of Bagua. That is the true why I want to share to the world. Yes. That is the true meaning.
You mentioned, yeah, this is the wonderful side of Bagua practice, to maintain the youthful health when we become old. It's wonderful. You mentioned that when you were young, you were very interested in the fighting skill, fighting strategy. Now you've taught all over the world. Do you focus more on the health aspect, or you also you still teach the fighting skill of Ma Gui Bagua, or you stop to teach it?
That, yes, that is a great topic. I would like to talk a little bit about that. And this kind of thing have very deep, very long history, very deep philosophy behind. Right now, the world really do not understand. I have to say that, not boast. I want to bring this wisdom to the world to let the world benefit from that. So what's that? Health and martial art, the two aspects. People misunderstand that. Human misunderstand that. Even now, martial art people also misunderstand that. What's these things? A true health, if you do meditation, you do any kind of health promotion, if you do yoga or do modern, go to the gym or do any kind of practice, you want to make you health. You do not care about martial art. You think I just for health, I want to live 100 years old. Yeah, that's great thinking, but that's no wisdom. The true wisdom in here means if you do health, you have to be powerful. If you practice, no matter how you maintain your health, you think it's good your health, if you are not powerful, that's not true health. That's not true health. Even say I'm good, not sick, I live 90 years old, that's not true health. You are lucky. Just one word, you are lucky. Like 100 people practice, you are lucky. You are on 1, 2, 3, you're lucky. You do this way, you maintain it. For most people, they are not like you. So not use your example to tell people this way I practice. No, this is not true health. If true health, you have to be powerful. The powerful maybe not so just martial art. You can be powerful. Extraordinarily stronger than normal people. That proves that the health you are promoting, the health you are practicing is true health. There's one understanding. In the opposite way, to think about martial art. Seem like that. Oh, my martial art good at fighting and how brutal, how much power I can generate. That's amazing. If in a little bit aged, you injured, you suffer all kind of pain, or even you live very short age, you martial art, not true martial art. You do not box, I get champion, I do that. You are not true martial art. That martial art has problem. You can be extraordinary. You think it's good, but you have proven that you have problem. So do not mislead next generation. It's good, just let me, I punch, I get the best, so you punch. My children should like me. You destroy them. So there's no true wisdom. If you are good, when you are 80, you are 90, you should be like young people, extremely healthy. You know any suffering, know any pain, know any healthy problem, then you martial art in the best. So this is, I want to say the true wisdom in Bagua is that martial art and health, they are always together. So for me, my teaching, like I want to teach the health. Do not misunderstand me. I'm teaching martial art. The true martial art is this. It's health. You want to get good martial art, do not go this side. Just to deeply think about your body. Think about your best state of your body. What in the best state? You do not think, oh, I train one, boom, I progress, oh, I feel good, then go more. Yeah, it's progressing, but it's not the best state. It has limitation. For a few years later, you could not go through that because we are human body. We are not machine, we can edit it. Then you would want to go that, okay, that's the reason for injury, for suffering, for your health destroying. So if you understand the best state based on the health principle, what's the best state for health? Can maintain people like live 100 years old without any healthy problem, without even old age, maintain the best state of human activity, the life activity. If you understand that, you martial art based on this, you could reach the best state of martial art. So this
is very, very important.
Yeah,
very important.
That's the traditional, really good school, like Bagua, like Taiji traditional teaching in this way to teach. Not that way, or fight, this fight, we do that. No, traditional must teach you, beginning just here, change your body. Your body.
Was this this idea and this I Ching Jing, was it passed down in all the Bagua lineage, like the Chen Tenghua, Yin Fu, or the other lineage from Dong Haichuan? Did all of them receive the same idea? Because we cannot see every Bagua master live extremely long and healthy, right? So is this just in Magui's Bagua, or the other lineage have?
Yeah, honestly, I have to say that Magui Bagua preserves that. Other do not. I have to say that.
Yin Fu Bagua, he was apparently the closest disciple of Dong Haichuan, so he must receive the same I Ching Jing knowledge, or they didn't pass down to the ancestor, to the disciples in this lineage.
Yeah, give me just maybe a few minutes to talk about that. I thought about this in many years. People concerned about that, so it's difficult to really see the reason. Let me give an example. Like Dong Haichuan's power, his power like we just how strong it is, we do not know. Just we see like tiger. The power like tiger. You look at this, whatever, can move, his eye, just the voice, like tiger. So the tiger can have several students, just like we paint the tiger. 10 students paint. Okay, the tiger, I paint one, with I learn one. But the tiger looks like tiger, but seems like the horse. It's like this one. There's another paint this tiger. One seems like a lamb. Another paint like a buffalo, something. Just the first generation tiger. Then second, just horse-like tiger, buffalo-like tiger, a dog-like. But they are tiger. They are very powerful. Second generation very powerful. Why? It's directed from the tiger. The face, the showing the power. So the second generation, even a little bit like a donkey, like a horse, like that, still we can copy too. So this can show still very extraordinary, because they copy the tiger. Some part not like, it doesn't matter. Still this can do. So that is second generation. So like in full, like 21 second generation, they are extraordinary, no doubt. If they are not extraordinary, would not be so good to influence so many people. But if they have a little bit like, not like tiger, because the like seems like horse, the third generation copy the second generation, maybe expand the like. So most of the part it would be like horse, but the name is tiger. So fourth generation, then this is the problem.
Many things were lost.
Any good traditional thing, all in like that. When one extraordinary person show up, wow, bring the great value, then people started to copy, then has a problem. But later, maybe another 100 years, appear another person who really understand it. We see tendon changing or marrow watching. The marrow means truly understand the root, understand the seed. The seed put in the soil would grow up this. So the true lineage holder in this, they can pass down the marrow, they can pass down the seed. So I have to say that Ma Gui is that got the seed of Dong Haichuan. Not boasting for me, no meaning. I'm 56. What's that meaning? I truly know this. This way can let you produce that power, can let you produce that health. The other way, no, you cannot. You train until all your life, you cannot have that power. You cannot reach that health. If you go far, you destroy yourself. You destroy your health. You got all kind of healthy problem. But this, from look the generation of the master, this powerful, healthy, very enjoyable life. Even the environment, the like time, it's so horrible. They compared with normal people, they are much extraordinary, live longer, confident, much better than normal people. For many martial arts, could not reach that. I have to say that, but Bagua truly reached that. So that was the true tradition, true things the human need to accept. It can really benefit for you. Benefit, you can get that. Truly can let you age 8, 10 or 20 years. It's not cheating because that didn't happen. Just like me, I'm teaching. I truly looked at my teacher, their life. I totally believe that, not so their word. I totally look at their life. Their life changing my life. So I'm sure now my children follow me. They can save my life. I know I can change them. I know I can change them.
Yes.
I know I have no problem. I know I'm confident. I know I'm happy.
Yeah, I understand. You are a living example of the benefit. It's not just a theory, but you are actually experiencing it. And you are now what, 56, 57?
56.
Okay. You look extremely youthful and vital. Very, very, very good energy. I can see clearly. So, Li Laoshi, we are going to come back in part 2 of this interview with many more fascinating topics. Thank you so much for explaining all of these things, and we will be back. So for everyone watching, make sure you join us in part 2 of this interview. And there are many more questions I have for you, Li Laoshi. So once again, thank you so much, and I wish you a very good evening in Tokyo. We'll be back very soon for more interesting discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. It's so special time for me. I enjoyed it so much. I hope my talking can really help people. I would also really love anything I can help with, like any question I can answer. I would really love to share that. Thank you very much, Alex.